shotgun, people. Well, I know some of you guys don't want to hear this, but to me, there's a lot of learning to go on here. So this is when the first cop showed up on a scene, and this is an important video because a lot of cases are made. You know, they got a show. What is it? First 24, 72, whatever. When you start working a homicide, and normally we're talking homicides where the suspect ran off, but this is still a homicide investigation. Even though she didn't die, the likelihood of her dying was high. And so when you go to a scene and there's a shooting and somebody is life-flighted, you need to handle that shooting as if it's a homicide. Because you can't go back and go, man, if I'd have known it was a homicide, I would have done this. Or if I'd have known it was a homicide, I would have... No. This is likely to turn into a homicide. You do everything you should do if it was a homicide investigation. So the first cop that shows up does some things pretty good, but he could have done a lot better in some things. So this is the footage of him actually test drawing, and I think I see her go down or the camera goes up. I don't see a recoil on a gun. I look slow motion, frame by frame. So I don't know if the shooting actually takes place. I don't see a flash. I don't know. So this is when they were rehearsing, which kind of backs up when Alex did his interview. I'm going to say Alex because I get tired of people thinking, it's Alec. It's Alec. Not Alec. Not Alex. It's Alec. Whatever. I'm going to call him Alex. Alex. How about that? Anyway, I digress. So he described it in his interview that he did on TV, that I was drawing it, and I said, do you want me to go like this? He goes, I covered my jacket. This video really backs up what he said in that interview. So he gets credibility for that statement because we have video evidence. The rest of it, I don't give any of it credibility. But anyway, we'll watch this. Then we're going to see the first cop respond, the chaos, and then how we get the gun and the ammo and what wasn't done and what should have been done. So new cops that haven't been too many homicides will probably get something out of this. If you want to know what cops should be doing, or if you ever at a scene of a homicide, you might be a little bit more aware on maybe what you should be paying attention to or not doing, etc. So this may be a two-parter, but we'll see. All right, here we go. This is the video, very slow motion, of him practicing, and I'm going to bump because he just kind of, I don't know what they're doing. Move a little to the left, move a little to the right, back up. Let's go up top. Let me see this. Let me go over here. So they go back. Okay, let's try this angle. Notice they're more to the right now. Okay, I like this. I don't like this. I like the light in the background. Whatever the hell they're doing. They cut the volume on this, which I don't like. Because I really would like to know what's being said. Looks like there's 3 or 4 people in here. Okay, so I guess they're talking through about, we want you to draw now, whatever. I'm bumping because this is pretty slow motion part. I want to get to the cop part, to be honest. This part doesn't really tell me a whole bunch other than it backs up his... Okay. So they move the camera. They probably ask him a question. He looks up. He goes, do you want me to do this? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Whatever they're saying, I don't know. But he does adjust it, and he gets it ready for the draw. He moves it. He said that in his interview, that he had to readjust it, and he moved his hand out a little bit more so he could draw it quicker. I remember him saying that, and it totally matches this video. I'm just wondering why they cut the audio out. You know, when you start hiding things. Okay, so let's go back now. He's going to draw it very quickly. That wasn't a slow draw. Did he cock the hammer right here? Let's see frame by frame. Does he cock the hammer? I don't think he does. Fingers on trigger. And maybe for old Western they used to do that. I mean, nowadays that's a big no-no. Okay, did he just cock it, uncock it when he went back to his pocket? Let's see here. Did he uncock that? Yeah, see his thumb's on the hammer right here, so the gun is not cocked. Okay. And I think he does it one more time. And I don't know if this is the fatal shot. That's what I'm concerned about. Was this the fatal shot? Now, I think he cocked it on this one. Finger on a trigger. See that thumb going up? Thumb's on it here. I think he's cocking. It's hard to tell. See this little flip right here? I don't know what's happening here. I think this is where he might be cocking it. Looks like the hammer is either back or coming back. I can't tell. His thumb comes off. It seems like he almost half cocks it. He doesn't full cock it, because that looks like a half cock. Now the camera goes up, and it kind of goes, and I don't know if this is the shooting, and this is where they fell to the ground, because nobody's reacting. So I don't think, somebody sent me this video and go, hey man, they've got it on video where he shot her. That's not, I don't think he shot her. I didn't see a flash. I didn't see a recoil. That's not when he shot her. But because they have this video, it tells me there is video of the actual shooting. If they've got this video, then they were recording during the actual shooting. More than likely. All right, here's the guy responding.
The actual set down at the building.
He says that set. Somehow he got his gloves on already. I don't know why. Does he drive around with his gloves on?
Yep. You got your trauma kit? Yeah, I'm trying to get it out.
So this guy comes up to the cop and asks for a trauma kit. I don't know who this guy is. Is this guy EMT? Is this guy part of the staff? I don't know who he is.
This stupid new truck.
Probably EMT staff. Looks like fire. Oh, the big red truck people are there.
Are we inside with the beat?
So why is a fireman coming over to get a cop's medical kit? That would be question number one. Where was your shit and why didn't you bring it? But that's not... Did that say protect and serve on that tailgate?
New truck. Are we inside with the BBMs?
I thought I saw protect and serve somewhere, didn't I? To serve and protect. Wow. All right, I don't know what the hell's going on here. What's he going after? Okay, so when you see a bunch of people like this wandering around and walking around, everybody scattering, this is the worst. This is a crime scene investigator's nightmare. Because where are you coming from? What are you tracking out? Are you leaving because the incident happened? Or were you not in there and you went in there, brought in new evidence, and now you're bringing out maybe evidence that I need because you're just looky-looing? This is like the worst thing to see when you get at a crime scene where there's a lot of people going in and out, medical and everything. So it's hard to secure a crime scene immediately. You kind of got to let the medical do their shit because supposedly life is more important than the investigation. Yeah, whatever. I don't ever think government really gives a shit about life. They just care about protecting their position, and their positions usually say, we're here to save you. So, but anyway, I digress. Okay, so he's undoing a bag or something here.
We need a. Where you at? A seal.
Did I put this on the faster
A seal?
speed? No, it's normal.
Okay.
Okay, so he's helping, looking out.
It's over there.
Nothing about the crime scene. He's worried about saving a life. Okay, I get it. You're on scene. They're alive. Let's try to keep them alive.
Yep.
I'm not a medical guy. I don't want to get involved. If there is ambulance and fire there, I don't want nothing to do with the medical. I'm here to preserve the crime scene, to make sure nobody's stealing shit, to make sure somebody doesn't come up and ambush these guys. I'm here for security because I got a gun. And my gun isn't going to save anybody's life. And that's why I'm there as a cop, in my mind. Now, I'm sure in a kinder, gentler world, we should all carry Band-Aids in our freaking pockets and in our holster. So when we draw our gun, we can pull a Band-Aid off and give it to somebody. But reality, that ain't me.
She shot her on your right side. She came in here and went across her chest. And it came out back and went into him. You want air flight? Yeah, we got one en route. Okay.
Okay, so he says they have one en route, but he goes outside and requests it.
32 Santa Fe, one female shot in the chest, male shot in the stomach, requesting air flight.
Okay, so this guy is probably a sheriff deputy. I don't know when the police show up. I don't know if this is in sheriff territory. A lot of your rural areas are probably sheriff responsibility. So if this is a sheriff crime scene, he's in charge. I don't know if those two idiot females that were interviewing this homicide, if they were from the sheriff's department. I can't remember because they were such freaking idiots. I can't get past the fact that they're actually carrying guns and working as cops, but whatever. This is a sheriff's department scene. That's important because when you start calling in mutual aid or mutual agencies, you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 agencies. The highway patrol always like to show up and looky-loo and stick their nose in it. And then you'll have the PD will say, well, we got this body, or do you need our canine? Or everybody wants to justify their government. So when there's a scene like this, everybody wants to volunteer to help. And then you get all these agencies. This is a sheriff crime scene. Right now, the fire has it because it's medical, but he can still do things to preserve the crime scene. Okay, I don't know if this guy is fire because he's got a little badge on, or if he's security, or what.
GPS? GPS coordinates.
It's okay.
I got you right here.
How many people yell out there?
32, I got just Santa Fe medics.
Did you see
Okay, at this point, as soon as he showed up and know that she has a bullet wound that went in through her body and came out her shoulder, that's a high probability of a fatal wound. She's going to bleed out internally. So, and then the bullet not only went in and out of her, it went into a second person. That bullet had a lot of velocity. Now, maybe it wasn't the fastest bullet in the world, but remember, a bullet is its fastest as soon as it leaves the barrel. So the closer you are to the barrel, the more velocity the bullet's going to hit you. Okay? That's why you can get shot in the head and not die a lot. But if you get shot in the head and the gun is touching your head, the odds of you dying goes up like 20-fold. Because the gases and the bullets at its fastest and everything else goes up. Real big problems when the bullet is touching, because that's where you get all the energy into the body. As you get distance, you have gases that slow down. You have the bullet immediately slowing down. As soon as that explosive stop pushing it, it starts slowing down. So gravity is affecting it. The farther away, slower the bullet, less impact, less damage, etc. Now, obviously, you have rifle bullets that, I got a Ruger 204 that shoots 4,200 feet per second. That's a very fast bullet. It's going to take a while for it to slow down. An AR shoots at, 3,000 feet per second if you got a 20-inch barrel. That's a very fast bullet. Most handguns, about the 1,000 feet per second range. Could be 12, but usually 1,000 to 12 is about where most handguns are. So, what I was saying about him is as soon as he sees this wound is probably life-threatening and he sees all this damage and they're trying to stabilize her, he ought to be triggering, this could turn into homicide. This crime scene is fucked. We're going to need a whole bunch of people. There's all these people here. I need people logging people in and out. I need people to shut this thing down and not anybody leave so I can get all witnesses. I need all car license plate. I'm going to need bodies. When you get a homicide, you need bodies because there's just so much you got to do. And so the lead detective or the lead has to be able to start delegating. I need you to keep a log. I need you to start gathering videotape. I need you to get a picture of every vehicle. I need you to process this. I need you to collect or put out markers for evidence. Go around and find out. Everybody should be looking for evidence at all times when you're on the scene of crime scene. So he could have done that a little earlier. I think he does it later. I haven't watched the whole thing. I was jumping through it.
32 Santa Fe both, approximately 140 pounds. Elderly male and young female.
Okay, I'm not sure. Somebody asked him that on why he put that out. Maybe the helicopter asked who we're transporting, how much they weigh for weight. I don't know. I'm not sure why he put that out.
What do you need me here? No, please. You want a BBM?
She said, yeah, please, yeah.
Last thing I want to do as a cop on a medical emergency is get in the way and ask questions. You guys are busy. I'm here. If you need me to move, grab, or go get, I'm all for it. But I don't need to be, do you need this? Can I help? That's not what you, look, that's just not what you do. And you can tell the experience or lack of experience of cops by how they act on these scenes. And of course, you only get experience by going to these scenes. So if you work in an area to where you get one homicide every 10 years, you're not going to do real good at homicide scenes because you don't know. So, I mean, I'm not saying this to crack on this guy. I'm just saying things that could have been done better.
He's good. He's just got a shoulder. He's got a broken shoulder. This is ops. Repeat your information. Are you flying around? They're gonna. Yeah, she'll be around. I'm gonna see.
Gabby, will you just make sure nobody else comes in?
Yeah, we got air.
Okay, making sure nobody else comes in. That's not your job. I think that's the female nurse that said that. That's none of your freaking business. It's not your, some nurse is going to be here crying now. Man, it's our job to protect the patient. This is a medical and it's HIPAA, and they'll come up with all. You know what? If I'm laying there dying, how about you concentrate on me and not fucking worry about protecting me from somebody watching? I don't care about that. I want you to stop my bleeding and stabilize me. I don't need to hear somebody that's supposed to be saving me worrying about, can you keep people out? And I don't need him to see that. You stop videotaping. Mind your freaking business on what your medical thing is. Rick, why are you cracking up? I just don't like it.
You have ears, ma'am? Your stethoscope?
Yes, they're in that bag.
Hang in there. Hang in there.
Purple? Nope, that's a top. Helena.
Is anybody allowed to go with her in the helicopter?
No.
Helena, deep breath. Deep breath, Helena. There you go. Deep breath, Helena. Deep breath.
Be okay.
Good girl. Okay.
Exit's back here. I just need another gauze pad.
Gauze pad?
Something for pressure.
We have
Do you have a gauze pad?
underneath the right
Yeah.
shoulder blade, the top area coming through and through.
You're doing okay? All right, thank you.
Okay, here's my big problem with people that wear gloves all the time. Cross-contamination is a big thing. This guy is driving his nasty-ass car that he's handcuffed people and searched them and collected nasty evidence, and then he gets in his car and he drives and he punches on his computer keypad and does all this shit. And now he has gloves on that he's touching all that shit. He's running around the radio digging in his car, and now he's giving a sterile gauze to her to use on a pressure wound, which is probably extremely contaminated. And I've said this before. That's why I don't like restaurants that have their employee wear gloves. Gloves give a false sense of security to the wearer that it protects me. I'm not getting dirty, but it doesn't protect anyone else. it actually makes it worse. Go into Subway, they wear gloves. They freaking are touching money and taking money and picking shit up off the floor and making sandwiches and wrapping and getting a Coke and fixing a Coke machine and gather, and their gloves are the same gloves. So it gives a person a false sense of security. That's why I don't like gloves. That's why I'm a biggie glove changer. If I got gloves on and I'm changing what I'm doing, I'm changing gloves. This guy handing sterile gauze with his nasty ass gloves he was driving his car and digging through his car with, and now he's giving sterile gauze. Ricky's just trying to help. Why are you picking on him? I'm just making observations, people.
I just need something to take you.
You got a stretcher?
Yeah.
Not me here, no.
Okay. Let me help him get the stretcher.
Okay, so the guy's trying to help. He's going to hold the stretcher.
Stretcher.
Hey, attention. Yeah, what you got? So here's priority number 1. Okay. Let's start clearing all this stuff out of here. We get everything in here and get it out.
All right. We got.
Wow. Somebody took charge. Somebody said, listen up. Priority number 1. Clear this out and get a stretcher in here. Good for you, dude. Whoever did that is the mean, aggressive testosterone trying to be in charge. He yelled at me. He made me feel bad. He didn't have to yell. He was being a controlling male. Freaking shut up.
Got air flight in round.
Not on me here. We can get a few
On this side, copy that.
With this Elena.
Okay, as all these other fire department people are showing up, this cop should be disengaging and get back to police work. He's a little too medically focused. In my opinion, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, he's a mean guy. I'm just saying, in my opinion, this is a major crime scene, and he's more worried about medical instead of doing what he should be doing. And we need to start focusing on other things besides medical. You got enough people there. When there was still chaos and he was the only body, I got no problem. But the more I see all these big red truck people coming in, he needs to back up and go back to police work. In my opinion.
I'm gonna get this.
Okay, we're gonna.
Okay. So,
I got the air.
thank you. And the slide that. Let's get all that out.
I'm right behind you guys. All right.
Look at all these medical people here and the cops running around with a camera. I got this, I got the gas, I'll help lift. He's way too involved in medical, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad thing and he's a bad guy. I'm just saying.
We're gonna need to get her going right away.
Okay, so this guy looks like a cop. This was my first clue. The little donut stain right there was my second clue. I'm pretty sure this guy's a cop, but I could be wrong. I can't tell if he's got a gun on or not. Had to come in here and stick his nose and just look. What did he do? Why is he here? What the hell is he doing? I hate the looky-loo cops on scene. You're either part of the freaking problem or you're part of the solution. You need to be doing something besides looking. But I digress. Probably has nothing to do with this.
Right away.
We got it through and through on her. It went through and through on her, through the chest, and then you got one in the arm over there.
Okay, so this guy gave him a quick debriefing. Okay, let's see what he does.
Corporal, I need you to know who's in charge. Everybody stops what they're doing right now. This is a crime scene. Yes. Okay, everybody stops what they're doing, and I need the field secured by whoever's in charge of this. I got it.
Okay, so he starts taking action. He says, hey, I need who's in charge. I need this. But he's giving out general things. It would have been better to say, which one of you are in charge right here if I need something? One of them would have said, I am. Come with me. You got a radio? Stay with me. And now I've got somebody that can talk to other people and can answer my questions. He kind of gives this general thing out, which isn't good. It's kind of like if you yell in the crowd, someone call 911. Everybody thinks someone else is going to do it, and nobody calls 911. So this general thing, although he did something, I'm not saying he totally messed up. He could have done it better by snagging somebody with a radio on a scene, who's ever next to me, until I find someone else. You're with me. Who's this? Who's that? Who's that person? Oh, that's the director. Get her over. You, come here. You're with me. You can leave. Now I got the higher person up on the food chain. You're with me. Is there a security? How do I lock down this gate? I need you to get on the radio and tell everybody to stay where they're at. Stop moving. Nobody leaves. No car starts. This place is locked down. I need you to communicate that with everybody you can and stay with me because I'm moving. And that would have been a better move on this crime scene. You use the resources that will help you instead of just barking out orders and you may not know if they're followed.
Okay.
So this cop is still in here. He probably should have pulled that cop and said, dude, what are you doing? There's plenty of fire department here. Come here. I want you at this front freaking door, and I want everybody's name inside, and then I want you getting everybody that walks by. I want you to start collecting names right now. Get a freaking log and start collecting names. And because he's got a camera on, you don't want to just rely on the camera. But the camera's gate, because somebody walk by and go, excuse me, can I get your name? Yeah, I'm so-and-so. What's your job? I'm so-and-so. Okay, thanks. Now we have a log, and we have someone that walked by. We may not see him again. They may walk by, get in a car, and freaking leave. But that one interaction was our only time, and if a cop misses it, now we lost the guy. You know, and then later we asked everybody's there, and this person, I didn't see anything. I don't want to get involved. I'm not going to say anything. And maybe that person knows something that's helpful. That's why, again, when you're doing homicide investigations, these things have to be very, very thorough. Nothing escapes. Everything is logged, recorded, seized as evidence, everything. You never know the small minor piece. Now, this isn't like a drive-by shooting or a homicide or burglary. There's still, though, somebody's going to die. And if they die, it's your job to find out who did it and why, and it could have been prevented, or is there criminal liability?
We're going up on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, underneath, pull. Yeah, they're good.
I don't think anybody's asked for the gun yet. Not from what I've seen. Maybe somebody did. I don't know. But if I'm on a scene where somebody's shot, that's kind of one of the first things. Where is the gun? Who's got the gun? Is it clear? Is it safe? Do we have a suspect that's outstanding with a freaking gun? Who shot the gun? Does he still have the gun? Where's Alex? Where's the shooter? I haven't heard any of that. Ricky was helping with the medical and you're just being an asshole because you're shut up, you freaking idiots.
All right, let's go up and down and let's go down there. All right, let's take good care of you here, okay?
Where's the props guy? Where's the props guy at?
Where's the what?
Where's the props guy at?
Where's the props guy at? Now, I don't know if she's out. This woman is kind of like paying attention to him like, what? What? That has nothing to do with you. If I was medical and a cop starts yelling shit, I'm ignoring him. I don't give a shit. I'm worried about my patient. But whatever.
Yes, they're taking care of business. What else?
Okay, so I think she wanted to show that she was in charge. It's her crime scene. So now she wants to start talking to him. If she has time to talk to him, then she ain't doing her freaking job and it ain't that important. If you got time to stop what you're doing to tell somebody that you're in charge, then you ain't freaking doing your job. But I digress.
Yes, they're taking care of business. What else do you need there, Chief?
Me asking where the prop guy is has nothing to do with you. If you're not the prop guy, I ain't talking to you. Go do your medical nursing stuff and stay out of my business. I need the prop guy. Who's in here with the prop guy? I got no problem with him asking that. But he should be talking to the people not in uniform because he knows that the medical isn't a prop guy, you would think.
Where's my radio? It's just here. Thank you. They already cleared the gun.
They've already cleared the gun. I think this guy said that. That's pretty key. What do you mean they? Who the hell is they? These freaking Hollywood people love to use terms that nobody's accountable. They've cleared the gun. Who's they? What gun? Where is it at? Etc.
Where is it?
You got the cleared gun?
Okay. As soon as he contacts some, especially with a camera on, As soon as he asked this dude, you got the gun? And this guy's walking away. I'm like, who are you? And why do you know where the gun's at and he doesn't? Who are you? That's just me. So we're following a guy. We don't know his name. We don't know what's going on, but we're just following him. I could be getting information.
Where is it? It's not here.
It's not here. I'd be like, what the fuck you mean it's not here? What? How do you know to bring me to this table? What is your job? Who cleared the gun? If you know where the gun is supposed to be and it's not here, how do you know that? I mean, you gotta be kind of an asshole at a crime scene when you're missing evidence, especially the smoking gun. We're missing it. I mean, what? I'm at 30 minutes. I'll come back with a part 2. We've lost the smoking gun. It's right there on freaking set. We can't find it. All right, hang on. I'll be back.